Rafi, what's up, buddy? You're muted, by the way. You got to take that line out of your mic.
Take it off. How's it
All
going?
right, what do you got for me?
Okay, so I had a question, and It's a pretty solid question. I think I handled it very well. This is about a friend of mine, a guy friend of mine.
Okay.
I can say I'm quite unplugged, thank God. This is a very close guy friend of mine. I've known him for many, many years, and he started dating a girl maybe 2 years ago, and they've broken up constantly. The craziest part about this girl is that I hooked up with her before he knew her, and then several other of our friends.
You hooked up with her before he knew her. Does he know that?
He knows it. Yeah.
Okay.
I told him before they were dating, and he dated her knowing this, which is wild to me, but that's
okay.
Anyhow, they were dating on and off, and I'm pretty sure she took his virginity. He's been, due to religion, I think he's the only friend I've had growing up that stayed a virgin that long.
Okay.
So long story short, I think the sex was great, and I think that's why he stuck around. And I say that from my own personal knowledge, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I would tell him, in the beginning, I said, hey man, listen, I was shocked when he told me they were dating, honestly. And he knew I was surprised. But then he went through with it, and I said, hey man, listen, you're my boy, I support you. And as time went on, I noticed that she was pretty disrespectful to him.
Mm-hmm.
Be disrespectful in public. She's like that. She's very, very out there. She's very much an extrovert, but she's kind of attention seeking.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, I confronted him and I said, hey man, listen, I support whatever makes you happy. I don't think this is the girl for you. And then all of our other friends came forward and said the same thing. Now he says he broke up with her, but he keeps going back for the sex, and then she kind of reels him in.
Mm-hmm. What
would you say that I haven't told him in terms of, dude, you got to move on?
How old is he?
He is my age. He's 29, just turned 29.
He was a virgin until he was 29.
I think he was a virgin until maybe he was 28. He's a good-looking guy. That's the funny. He's not one of these dweeby dudes. I'm not friends with people like that.
Okay.
Because of religion. He's a religious guy, religious Jewish, to be clear.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me because I'm very much not.
Well, look, man. I mean, the guy's first. He never really knows what to do after that. If it doesn't work out, right? And I'm just trying to think back, because that was a long time ago, right? That's like, she's pretty sticky. Like, even if she's crazy, she's pretty sticky. Like, you're going to have a hard time forgetting about her. You're going to have a hard time moving on from her. I'm guessing that she's just sort of like banged him, dated him sort of thing, and then she dumped him.
You know what it is, Rich? And it's funny because I wanted to get your perspective, but she's attracted to him physically, but he can't lead her. He lives with his parents,
of course,
and she's missing that component, which is funny because I've always given that energy to her, but I would never date. I would never date a girl like that. Especially, I would never date a girl that hooks up with one of my friends. Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, look, man, that's a deal breaker right off the bat. You shouldn't be getting serious with a chick that was hooking up with one of your friends. That's one of the first areas that he's making a major mistake in, which he has to recalibrate and square his head away at. It's like, dude, like, I was just there and now you're in there. You see, like, how that's strange? Like, does that not compute for you, my friend? Like, there's 8 billion people on the planet. Half of them are women. You don't think you can find somebody else? Right? Yeah. What's her story, though, right? I mean, if she's hooking up with you, that means that she's hooking up with other guys too, right?
Oh, this girl's far from innocent, dude. That's what was so mind-boggling to me. And by the way, after
when you say far from innocent, like, are we talking the Village Bicycle here?
Back in high school, she was a bit of a she
okay.
Not, yeah, dude. It was mind-blowing to me. I introduced him to a lot of this content because I said, I quite frankly, I've been around the block a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of it, so I've gained a lot of this knowledge, but I love your content, Rolo's content, because I reassuring all of this to me is just it's been very helpful. So I've helped him a lot. I said, dude, the fact of the matter is you don't have enough experience. You need to get out there more. You need to get laid more, and then she won't be as special to you. You realize that at the end of the day, she wasn't what you thought she was, And once you get some more ass, you will have a much easier time moving on.
Is he hardcore, like religious Jew?
He's
Like
not
Orthodox?
or he's not hardcore. He's of Moroccan Jewish origin, so when they're
Uh-huh.
religious, they aren't necessarily. He's not a prude, but he's gotten his dick sucked over the years. But he's
Okay.
he the virgin thing was important. They can be very strict about certain things.
So why doesn't he apply those standards to his, the woman that he's going to invite into his life, right? Like he's let this low caliber garden tool into his life that's spent her high school years running around and even doing it in her 20s. How old is she?
She's a little older than him now. What is she, 30?
So she's even older than him, which is another red flag.
Oh, right? Dude, it's full of red flags. He just
you know what? Give him my chapter on red flags. You can just print up a PDF. You just opt into the email list and print it up. Just give him that chapter on red flags and just say, here, read this. And you tell me how many of these you want to start ticking off that, she's got. And you know what, my friend, you can chase her, you can get married to her, you can make her your girlfriend. You can put a bunch of babies in her if you want.
I will stop, dude. I will literally stop the wedding.
Well, the point that I'm getting at is he needs to arrive at that himself. You can't tell him, bro, she's no good for you, right? Guys need to arrive at, this is not a good decision and I am going to ruin my life himself. And the red flag chapter is essentially written in such a way that anybody can get it that's got half a brain in their head, where it's like obvious to them. Have you read my book?
I haven't. I want to say I have.
No, that's cool. Not everybody reads that. Let me grab
and a lot of your videos. Yeah.
So the ticker's on the bottom, guys. If you're newer to the channel, go to entrepreneursandcars.com/red-flags. You can download the chapter for free. You don't even have to buy the book. Just download it for him, Rafi, give it to him. And I would say, look, go through this and you tell me how many of the red flags she's got. You can get married to this woman. You can put babies in her. You can make her your girlfriend if you want, but your life will be unnecessarily complicated, right? If that's what you want, if you want to complicate your life unnecessarily, if you want to invite crazy into it, that's cool. We probably ain't going to be hanging out that much though. That's the way that I would handle it, right? Because honestly, dude, why do you want a close friend, an idiot that's gullible, persuadable, and stupid, that is going to make bad choices? Because at the end of the day, if he's your boy and you're hanging out and you're doing stuff, he's going to invite chaos into your life as well too at some point. You see what I'm saying?
That's valid. I'm very cognizant of that. It's
like, I know that that's hard for guys to hear, when I say you need to be fastidious with the people that you spend time with, but you do, right? Like, you have to have boundaries, and it's not just boundaries in dating, with women or like whatever it happens to be, but you have to have boundaries with friendships as well too. The people that you're going to do business with, the people that you're going to roll with, the circles that you're going to travel in, right? You have to set some standards. You want to get great results out of life, raise your standards. And that's basically what you're telling your friend to do, is raise your standards, right? Like, don't invite dipshits into your life.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's finally, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he's finally coming to terms with it. He said they're done. I mean, listen, that's on him. I live in Florida. He lives in New York, man. So I don't see him very often. I grew up in New York. I moved here 4 years ago. So I don't see him very often, but I've been very straight with him about it. I've been very frank with him. He's an adult. He has to decide.
Exactly.
But I did want to ask, now that we're on the live, I host a podcast myself.
Okay.
It may not be the best time, but I just was wondering if we could connect. I've had Adam Rollo, Michael Sartain, a couple of other guys.
Shoot me an email. It's on the About tab of the YouTube channel, and just send me a link to the podcast and dates that you're available, and I'll take a look at it.
Okay, awesome. Much appreciated. Thanks.
All right, Rafi. Thanks, man.
Have a good one. Yep.
You bud. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.